On Florida's Space Coast, you can do anything. Walk on water or learn to fly. Touch the stars or even another world. Lose yourself, but find each other. Just don't forget to look up. We're the only beach in the world that doubles as a launch pad. Because this, you can only do here. Start your adventure online at visitspacecoast.com.
Today on 321 Liftoff, we'll be speaking with the new man with the plan here in Cocoa Beach. He is the new CEO of the Cocoa Beach Regional Chamber of Commerce. He's charged with the responsibility of helping to bring visitors to Cocoa Beach and serves as the voice of business, as well as enhances the quality of life in the community and also acts as a catalyst for business success. Who is this man, and what are some of the exciting plans that he brings to Cocoa Beach? We'll find out next. It's coming right up, right here on 321 Liftoff.
3, 2, 1, liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Welcome to 321 Liftoff. I'm Wayne Belden, the president of Belden Communications, the publisher of the Space Coast Fun Guide and SpaceCoastFunGuide.com. We'll be bringing you 321 Liftoff each week, talking about tourism on Florida's fabulous Space Coast. With me is the host of 321 Liftoff, Bonnie King, former Deputy Director of the Space Coast Office of Tourism, as well as the past President of the Florida Film Commission. Bonnie, are we ready to blast off on 321 Liftoff?
I think we are.
Yes, we are.
Hey, Florida Space Coast boasts not only residents that sing the praises of living here on the Space Coast, but businesses that join with passion a hospitality industry that welcomes visitors to share our space. We are also blessed to live here on the Space Coast, where we can watch rockets lift off just by going out and standing in our front yard, take a dip in the ocean that's just around the corner, or watch cruise ships as they depart and see happy people checking off their bucket list. And our guest today has just checked off his bucket list, a fabulous job with a lifestyle that his family is happy to be in. Yes, Jimmy Lane is the new president and CEO of the Cocoa Beach Regional Chamber of Commerce, and he comes from Georgia. And he's going to tell us his plans for Cocoa Beach and how he and his family, with their southern charm, plan to make the Space Coast home for many years to come. 321 Liftoff is brought to you in part by the Beachside Hotel and Suites located in Cocoa Beach, offering a great overnight vacation destination where when you plan your visit here to the Space Coast, and by Longboard's Restaurant and Tiki Bar, which is located in the Hilton oceanfront on Cocoa Beach, offering a great ambiance for food and drink. And of course, by the SpaceCoastFunGuide.com, where you will learn what there is to see and do in this fabulous area that we call the Space Coast. And joining me today, of course, with his own southern charm, is John Belden, Vice President of Belden Communications. Hey there.
My southern charm, northern charm, wherever I am, I'm just charming, let me tell you.
Well, I had to say that because, you know, Jimmy's got a little bit of that southern accent that we're going to be hearing today.
Here, Jimmy.
Yeah.
So let me tell you guys, here in the Space Coast, we have amazing communities, and Cocoa Beach is no different. Cocoa Beach Chamber works well with our Space Coast Office of Tourism, spreading the word not only about the attractions we have to offer, but also the friendliness and hospitality that brings everybody to our area.
It's true.
Joining us today is our producer, Phil Byrd. Good morning there, Phil. How you doing?
Cocoa Beach is awesome. The people here are really, really great. That's really awesome.
I know. We're just
People
waiting
here
for
are
you to
really
move
great,
here.
and the
I
food
know.
is great.
You know,
Everything out here is really
everybody's
great.
so happy because beach is in the name. Cocoa
I think
Beach.
so.
Who doesn't love a beach, right?
And so I forgot. I'm new here, right? I forgot that there's a difference between cocoa and Cocoa Beach.
Don't
Yes,
mix those up.
big
Maybe
do
we'll learn
not.
that later. Also joining us is the president of Belden Communications, my father, Wayne Belden. How you doing there, Pop?
I'm doing so fantastic. I just don't know what to do about it anymore.
One day we're going to have to figure it out, huh?
Yeah, we're going to have to sit and figure that one out. I'm excited because, there are so many comments that we read from past visitors to our area where they specifically say over and over how friendly the Space Coast is. In research that the Space Coast Office of Tourism has done, it states that over 37% of our visitors are repeat visitors. And Cocoa Beach is a name known worldwide, partly because of I Dream of Jeannie fame.
That's right.
So we welcome the new president and CEO of Cocoa Beach Regional Chamber of Commerce. His name is Jimmy Lane, and he's here with us this morning.
Hey,
Welcome.
Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy.
Good morning.
How you doing, man?
I'm living the dream.
You're
Living the
you're like
dream.
our new best friend, you know?
That's right.
And congratulations, you're the national champions.
Oh my gosh. So I have never seen a national championship in my life. It was prior to my time, and January 10th is actually my birthday, so it was the best birthday I could ever have.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, right as you leave, they win, huh?
Happy 22nd.
Was that your going away gift?
I have to tell you, the thing, I had a moment the next morning. I had some friends calling me, and I thought, man, all these years, and I can't even listen to local sports talk radio to hear them screaming and having a great time about it. I'm just going to have to listen to the national guys on Sirius XM, and it's not the same.
Not the same experience. Like you couldn't do that all the years I've been here, right?
Wouldn't you know it? You'd have to do that when you're in Gator country. Wouldn't that be something?
Hey, I love it. I'm glad.
Chomp chomp. They aren't chomping so good now these days, huh?
No.
It's all good. Well, we want to welcome you to Florida Space Coast. I know that you're all settled in. You got a house here now. The family's here. You're ready to delve in. You got a big job ahead of you in the sense that, but you got a lot of supporters. I got to tell you, you know, this area is very good when it comes to partnerships and relationships, and that's what we're all about. And you're going to find that people are going to be here to help you out, and we're all anxious to hear, you know, any plans that you may have. But first, let's hear a little bit of history about you, where you came from. I know you came from Georgia,
Yes.
and so we'd like to hear a little bit of background about you.
Tell us where you got that suit. That's a sharp looking
Yeah,
suit.
that is
Yeah.
a nice looking suit.
The Goodwill.
The Goodwill. Goodwill's getting better.
Actually, you can find some stuff. No, I am from Augusta originally. I was born there, lived there till I was about 10 years old. So it's interesting that I moved my kids at 10 years old out from their hometown as well. My dad worked for the VA hospital in Augusta, and my parents decided to move to Atlanta, and he got a transfer there. And we lived about 45 minutes north of Atlanta for almost 30 years.
Hot Atlanta, right? Don't they call it?
Atlanta. Yeah. Locals don't really.
I was
call
going
it
to say
Oh, no,
locals
it's not
don't call
locals
it
don't
that.
call it
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Would-
see,
would
I just
that
showed up
be-
a tourist.
Yeah.
Would that be coming, Georgia?
Well, we moved to Lawrenceville, Gwinnett County. Gwinnett County's, got about 1 million residents in it now, and it's just east of where Forsyth County is, where where was my last home, and where I spent almost the last 13 years at the Forsyth County Chamber of Commerce, and it was an incredible time for us, and we're just excited about a new adventure coming somewhere else, and I tell folks that we were a little nervous and scared to come here. Obviously, you're uprooting your entire family and going to somewhere that's very foreign to you. But because of those reasons, we had to come.
Right. You got to check it out, right?
Right.
Yeah, especially when we heard what your 10-year-old daughter had to say about moving here. I think you should share that because that's why we live here.
Yeah, so I have 10-year-old twins, boy and a girl. And my daughter said, you have to kind of, I'm working them a little bit, trying to do a sales job, saying,
You're already ready for the job. Look at that.
there's an opportunity for us. What do y'all think? And so my daughter said, okay, Dad, so let me get this straight. So there's a beach right around the corner. And I said, yep.
All right.
And she said, and that's where they do like the rocket launches. And I
That's
said,
right.
yeah. And I'm told they're trying to get up to 4 a month, so we could see them all the time. And she said, oh, and how close is Disney? And I said, about 45
There's
minutes.
the money shot right there.
And she basically said, Dad, the bags are packed. Don't screw it up. So
No pressure, right?
Yeah. So
You get to a point where Jimmy could not go back to his daughter and say, "Oh, it didn't work out." It's just, you better go turn around and figure out how to make it happen.
Right.
Make it happen, Daddy.
That's right. That's right. That's awesome.
That's fun. So so you've come to Cocoa Beach. You've looked around, obviously. I'm sure you probably came and did a pre-check before you even, applied for the job. I don't know, but probably.
Yeah.
So tell us some of the thoughts that you had and maybe where you see yourself going and trying to lead a new venture into and participating in our tourism activities here.
there's a lot of opportunity here. I come from a community that had figured some things out, but it had nothing to offer compared to what we have here. We have so many different. I was at an economic development annual update this morning, and they were talking about just how diverse this community is, just across the board, and there's just so much opportunity. I think there's some untapped resources. I think there's some partnership opportunities that we can bring together and be that private arm in a lot of areas to help with not only our tourism efforts, economic development, infrastructure improvements. There's a lot of different things that we can do. Workforce development. We had a great relationship with our education system in Forsyth County, and I've already started the process of, meeting with Dr. Mullins and starting that, building that relationship with them as well. And so there's just a lot of opportunity. Can we do everything? No, we are limited to our resources, both time and our people and our finances. But there are some things that we can focus on. We can build a plan behind and move forward with. So there is a lot of opportunity.
But like you said, I mean, the great thing about the Space Coast is many destinations have an attraction. We have so many attractions.
That's right.
You almost forget to mention them all.
And it's almost overwhelming in a way, because it's like, okay, well, what's most important now, and what should we be focusing on? There's a great buffet of opportunity.
My favorite word.
Buffet? Yeah, I like a buffet. I like a buffet. We can go do toe-to-toe on a buffet.
Yeah.
But, Dad, when you were looking to start the business and the magazine, Space Coast Fun Guide here, you were looking at other markets, and you said, I mean, gosh, how could you not come here?
That's right. I lived in Daytona Beach at the time, and I had an opportunity to begin publishing up there or here. And I didn't know anything about this area. So I took the weekend. I came down here. And I went to restaurants, I went to bars.
Tough job, huh?
And I I wanted to talk to people to find out what was their thoughts about their community. And what I was struck with was the level of enthusiasm that everybody had. And I said to myself, this is the place.
Yeah, man.
So I lived up there, and I published down here, and I drove every day. People said, you must be crazy. I said, no, I just love this area. And if my house wasn't paid for, I'd be moving down here.
It's such an attraction. And I lived in Orlando for a number of years, but every weekend I drove my wife nuts, because I drive over to the port and sit at the deck at Rusty's, because the watching the cruise ships come in and out. And we didn't have the rocket launches to the degree we have now. I mean, we didn't even think we had launches then, but we had shuttle launches back then. But you follow me. It was such a great thing to come here, and the relaxation. And coming from Orlando, where you're stressed, you're just in a complete knot. If it's not traffic, it's something else. And then you come over here, and it's just calm and relaxing. I said, I'm going to be here one day, and 2013, I came, and then fantastic.
Well, the traffic is a lot different than Atlanta.
Oh my gosh,
God!
Yes.
You have to take a stress pill to go right through that.
You don't realize it. Living there my whole life, that you make these decisions every day about what you're going to do, and you don't even think about it as being the traffic. But it's like, well, if I leave 5 minutes later, we just aren't going.
Right.
If we don't get out there, it's like, get out of the door, hurry up. You can put your makeup on in the car. It doesn't matter.
Right, because we got to beat that rush traffic.
We got to beat the traffic.
Yeah.
And it is much different here.
It's a lot calmer. People don't give you that California howdy, they call it. If they cut you off, they go, oh, that's okay. Yeah. Well, maybe I'm lying about that part, but you get my point. Everybody's relaxed, and it's a lot calmer of a place. So
the one thing that I like about this, we've done 85 shows or something like that now. Every time we go to a location where there's people, they want to see what we're doing, and I love talking to all of them. Right. And they all love it here. And the one thing that I actually really like is that I see people on bicycles. Yeah. You don't see that in Orlando. That's how you know people actually enjoy being here, because they're on bicycles. So if people aren't in the car and they're just riding a bike, that's sold me.
Well, you got fresh air. You got fresh. I mean, that was during the past couple of years, without naming things, right? That was one of the biggest things that kept the Space Coast alive, is we had so much ecotourism
Absolutely.
outside.
Remember
right
when
here.
it was like everybody thought, oh, we're only about space. We're only about space shuttles going off or whatever. And it was like, no, we have a lot of diversity here. And what we did, and what tourism has done with the help of Cocoa Beach Chamber of Commerce, is that we promoted the fact that we have nature activities, went in depth about our nature activities. Titusville became a real big point with a lot of the nature stuff going on there with their birding festival and things of that nature. But look how we spread ourselves out, not only with nature, but then we really hyped up our surfing. Very big, very big. And of course, home to Kelly Slater, 11-time world champion. I mean, we got to put our plug in for O'Kelly.
Bonnie glows when she talks about Kelly Slater.
He's a great guy. And but by diversifying that and letting them know that our space includes all this stuff like nature and the beaches and all that and the wildlife that we've got going on. And our beaches, let's talk about the beaches in the sense that, we have like 72 miles of beach. And we have beaches that can be crowded. If you want to go to an area where a lot of people are hanging out, you can go there. If you want an isolated beach, you can go there. Titusville's got that great Playa Linda beach. I don't know if you've been there yet.
Well, I'm going to need some recommendations because literally when we came down here the first time in October to do the sort of meet and greet, and that was the first time I'd ever been to the community. And I have stepped foot on a beach for 5 minutes in total since that time.
Oh, you have to get out there.
Boy.
Wow.
Do your kids like volleyball?
Oh, yeah. So my kids said this weekend, we were talking about, well, what do y'all want to do that's, family and they were both like beach, because we've only been on, the beach for 5 minutes. So it was just to say we did it, move on. But, moving's stressful. There's a lot.
I have moved 8 or 9 times in my life. I go check out Cocoa Beach Pier, beautiful beaches over there, and they got activities for the kids and whatnot. So, I mean, we have so many experiences, and on the river, you got Thousand Islands over here, and just so much. I'm a water bug. I've probably said it 1,000 times on this show. And being out here on Cocoa Beach on the water is one of my favorite things to do. And again, the air is just so clean, and you don't have like the Orlando. All you do is smell vehicles and diesel and such. This is a great thing to do. So definitely go out there and check the beaches out. And it doesn't matter. The great thing about Cocoa Beach, and people are so dedicated, it doesn't matter how cold it is. They're still surfing.
Oh, isn't that the truth? I mean, to me, this is a little bit chilly today. We're like high 50s today.
Northerners are hating us right now.
It's like my blood is very thin, so it was a bit much for me. But the great thing, kayaking. I mean, if your kids like kayaking, canoeing, or whatever, and to go into what John was just talking about with 1,000 islands here in Cocoa Beach, what an amazing ride to go through there.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many, and it's so relaxing. Such a great thing to do.
Have you heard about the bioluminescence?
Yes, I have.
It is have you ever seen it?
They showed me a video of it, and
hard
my
to
kids were
do,
like
yeah.
freaking out to go and do that.
So
they're gonna love it.
The first time I went and did it, I did a tour, and it's something that you would see like on some sci-fi movie because everything's kind of glowing in the water, and then you put your hand in there and the path follows your hand, and I actually I wasn't paying attention. I thought I felt a stick and I threw it because I was so bit. I threw my cell phone. I was so focused on what was going on. I'm like, oh, what was that? And I chucked it. And I threw my cell phone into the river. That was my first experience with bioluminescence.
So did you find it?
It was bye-bye
No,
phone?
it was gone.
No,
It was gone.
Oh,
When I because this was a night tour.
Some
obviously.
manatee has it now.
Yeah, he's calling his friends over in Georgia. I was like, "Hey, good game." So, you know what I mean? So it was an experience, but it's something that it's one of the world wonders. I would think. I mean, honestly, it's like, how does it do that? And it reminds me of like Avatar.
And it's just during a certain time of year, right?
Yeah. It's when the temperature changes in the water. It's around July, August, if I'm not mistaken. But the temperature changes and everything kind of heats up, and then the kelp and everything in there. It's incredible.
Yeah. Here we go.
3, 2, 1 liftoffs. 3 things you need to know, where we learn 3 interesting facts about our guest that you might have otherwise not known. 3 things you need to know is brought to you by Beachside Hotel and Suites, where you're always only steps away from the sand and only minutes from Port Canaveral. Check them out at beachsidehotelcocobeach.com. So much to enjoy at Beachside Hotel and Suites, such as lip sync karaoke on Friday nights from 6:30 to 9:30, heated lazy river so you can relax and enjoy your vacation, duck dive bar and grill where you can enjoy coastal cocktails and delicious beach bites, and affordable packages such as snooze and cruise, fly snooze and cruise, and military discounts. And before you go, check out their gift shop where you can purchase Cocoa Beach souvenirs for your trip. Make a reservation now at beachsidehotelcocobeach.com. And during your stay, you just might see a rocket launch because the Space Coast is the only beach that doubles as a launch pad. Only here can you enjoy a relaxing beach day and watch a rocket launch. No substitute to experiencing the sights and sounds in person, so make your reservation today. So now it's time to find out 3 things that we need to know about today's guest. So Jimmy, take it away.
We're putting him on the spot.
Give us three fun facts.
Yeah.
Well, even though I lived in Georgia, not that far away, the one and only time I've ever been to Disney was 2019.
Really?
And we took the kids, and of course, everybody loved it. I went begrudgingly, and then I was,
Caught up. It's a great place.
You went begrudgingly to Disney.
Yeah, is that
How
even
can
a
you go?
Because
How does that work?
believe it or not, even with what I do, crowds, I don't, it's
I get
kind
it.
of a little.
I get it.
And we left, and I'm like, we're getting season tickets. And then the world ended a few
Yeah, it's
months
tough
later.
to get them, right?
And so that was the first time that.
You know, the first time that I took my kids, we had passes, and I swear to you, the first time we went to Disney, I don't even think my son was born yet. We walk in, my daughter goes, "Can I have the iPad?" I said, "You're at Disney. What are you talking about?" I said, these kids are just so, locked into the. So, anyway, sorry. So that was one.
Well, I would say that my wife, because she loves to use this to her advantage, is I cannot stand milk or mayonnaise.
Really?
Oh.
And I can't even be almost in the room with them. My last staff in Forsyth County used to use that to their advantage to play little tricks on me.
It's an odor thing because milk has a scent to it, and so does mayo.
Yes, all of it. And so, of course, now my kids, especially my son, he'll get to laughing. He goes, "Dad, come here. Let me give you a little hug and a kiss." And I'm like, "I know what you just did. You ate cereal or something, and I can't deal with it. Just can't do it."
Okay. All right. Very
So what's
good.
your choice of drink?
Well, water, Gatorade,
Yeah.
something like that. I don't.
No Georgia aid?
Oh, he's so clean. Oh, he's so clean.
No liquor on the weekends.
So I actually, I guess it could be another fun fact, but I do have one that's even better. But I have not drank alcohol in many years, and it's not something that I do.
Good for you.
And it was so it's funny, but caffeine's my favorite thing these days.
Right.
There you go.
Hey, I'm a coffee man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a coffee
Well,
guy.
alcohol got me through college, but that's another story.
Yeah.
You have a lot of other stories.
I'm
I got to
telling
tell
you,
you,
I'm
John.
telling you.
I learn something every week. I'll tell you.
Yeah. As his father, I'm
Yes.
sitting over here,
He's going, "You
wondering,
did what? I paid
where
for
was
what?"
I?
I
Anyways,
did what?
move along
Yeah,
quickly, Jimmy.
I know you had one more. You had one more that you said that you wanted to share.
Yeah, and it hasn't happened in a while, but I think I inherited it from my mother. I have been known at times to have a really long week, or not be feeling 100%, and to get up in the middle of the night and eat a whole sleeve of Oreos. And,
Get out of here.
and like leave it on the counter, or get out the ice cream, but not remember it.
I remember it.
Not remember
Wow.
it. Almost like sleepwalking in a way.
Sleep binge eating.
Or my wife has said, you ate the Oreos, like the whole sleeve, and then you put it in the refrigerator. Or
Well, cold Oreos are good. I ain't gonna lie.
When you were talking about milk, I was going to say nothing tastes better than cold milk and Oreos.
Yep, that's
He dips
right.
in
So
his
here-
Gatorade.
So here you are, you
Gatorade
bring up
Oreos.
Oreos, and I'm thinking you got to have milk with Oreos.
I have
So
a huge sweet tooth.
But
Wow.
the man's
You'd never,
looks-
I'm looking at him. He's built like an Adonis. For crying
Yeah,
out loud.
you're like you're a runner or whatever, and then you can eat a whole sleeve of Oreos.
No,
That
no.
right there is not fair, is it, Phil?
Genetics.
Look what the heck, man.
are you a workout guy? Are you go to the gym? Are you?
It wasn't that long ago. January 2nd, 2020, I was 250 pounds. Today,
No.
I'm 180.
There's hope, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
Yes.
Are you serious?
So this is how I look when I
Well,
was in
good for
When I
you.
was in high school, when I was in military
Right.
school, I went to military school and college, and early in my. But we have a joke in the chamber industry. It's not freshman 15; it's chamber 15. You gain the weight, and I gained about 75 pounds over those years, eating and having a good time,
Having kids.
having kids.
That's what
being-
happens.
Yeah, being broke, and the easiest thing is a $3 pizza, right?
Right.
And that's what you eat every meal.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And no, I made a choice a couple years ago to I said, you know what, enough's enough, and that's it. And I eat sweets every day. I have a huge sweet tooth. I just fit it into my.
It's math. If you're burning more than you're
I'm
putting in,
impressed.
then you're good to go.
That's exactly
I'm
right.
impressed. We could do a whole thing on people losing weight, I remember when I got in the hospitality industry, I'll never forget, one of the young ladies that used to work here at the Cocoa Beach Chamber, when I got the job, she said to me, "Well, get ready to gain 30 pounds." That's what she told
Not
me.
nice.
True.
Because in the hospitality industry and what we all do, we there's a lot of events that we go to. There's a lot of receptions. There you're eating all the little
Banquets.
Yeah, the banquets and having a glass of wine. I do like my wine.
She does
But
like her wine.
I do like wine, but those, and it just adds up. I'm happy to say probably did gain some weight, obviously,
Oh,
but
Bonnie.
but it's just interesting in this business because we're very, very oriented to eating and drinking and partnershiping with people and having a good time. But anyway, we're happy to hear your 3 things about yourself. You know, we're going to get to learn more about you as we go on, really. I can just tell. So it's all good. But anyway, let's get on and talk about some of the events that the Cocoa Beach Chamber does.
They do all kinds of events throughout the year, right? So, not to steal your...
Yeah, I mean, that maybe you're aware of, or do you have plans for something new, or?
You know, the fact that I'm brand new, and we've had some staff transition as well, outside of just me. Obviously, we have a brand new board, new board members coming in, new leadership. This is a great time for us to reevaluate everything that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There's a lot
Great
of
idea.
There's a lot of great organizations, and it doesn't mean that anything that we're doing is wrong or not.
Right.
We won't continue, but we need to look at it very objectively. We need to pull the right data and determine, are we doing these things for the right reasons?
100%.
There's a lot of there's organizations out there, and I did a lot of research. I was a math education major. I thought I was going to be a math teacher, and one of my focuses was probability and statistics. And so I like to look at the data and see what it tells us about are we moving down the right path. And so so I've done a lot of research with other organizations like the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, ACCE, which is the Association of Chamber of Commerce Executives. It's their national organization. We're talking about $100 million budgets with way smarter people than me and that I've ever worked with. And they've done a lot of research that says the whole idea of the chamber and the idea of membership and what we offer our community is changing. And if we're not an organization that is flexible and understands that and creates a plan for the future, then we will not be relevant in the future.
Right.
And some of the things they say is everything you do has to be mission driven, has to be a mission driven, value added programming. And although our why may not be changing, you know, at its heart, what we do may be, and the funding mechanisms behind it may be. And we really bought into that in my last community, and it helped propel our organization through the roof. And we got some national recognition in doing that. And so to answer your question, you know, I think when you know, we're going to be ever changing with what we do, but they're going to fall into 4 categories. We will have networking opportunities. Obviously, when you pull people together, that's what you have. Mm-hmm. We are going to be we're going to have education opportunities. We have a duty to give our community our business owners the right education so that they can make good decisions on what they're doing, and we need to be a facilitator of that. We also have those community events, the pat you on the back, feel good stuff that we're going to continue to do that are important to create a sense of community. And then there are things that I like to call our quality of life sort of initiatives, our strategic initiatives, those things we talked about earlier, economic development, tourism, infrastructure improvements, you know, transportation to be, you know, one thing, and that we have to have our hand in and be a part of. And if we're not the major driver behind, have a huge hand in and help develop a partnership with those.
You know, Dad, you said at the beginning, the man with the plan. I think you're right.
Oh, absolutely.
He has a good agenda, so good job.
Yeah.
I like it. So I know that there was an annual chowder cook-off that we have all been involved in over the many years. And I know, John, you were president at one time, or the chairman of the CVB.
I was the man in charge.
You
of
were
the
the man.
CVB. Yes,
I remember it.
shared
Remember,
that.
you were picking up the garbage, if I remember correctly.
Listen, that's not always a glamorous position being in
Servant's
charge.
heart.
Right,
Servant's
exactly. I was in behind the scenes while they're bringing out the Backstreet Boys judges and all these people. I was in the back doing all that kinds of stuff. But yes, I've done actually I was in charge of the judges. I did the volunteers, all of that stuff. And Chowder Festival's been around for all over 30 years at this point. And it's one that the locals absolutely love. You got a lot of good food, and you talk about a buffet, Phil.
Yeah,
Wow.
restaurants come out and
Chowder
bring
is
out
my
their best
favorite
chowder. It's really good.
Do you know I had my first macaroon at
That's
the
right.
Space Coast Food Festival, Kennedy Space Center? Amazingly, now you have all these restaurants that come out to try to get the bragging rights, and Kennedy Space Center won several times. And you don't think of Kennedy as food.
Oh, they got fabulous food.
Man, and so
Fabulous.
for those of you that are listening out of state that aren't familiar with this event, the Space Coast Food Festival, They bring food with their signature chowder, and then they bring a twist, which is really anything, be a treat or something. So Kennedy brought out these key lime macaroons, and wow, was I in love immediately. And so I was going towards, you know how you said you gained 75? I was up on the up scale there because of the macaroons. But the delicious, great event, and brings in a lot of good people locally.
Yeah, I just didn't know. Is there a Chowder Fest that's scheduled for 2022?
Yeah, so I had to do a little. Yes, I had to get all the details prior to this because I didn't want to screw this one up.
Well, that's okay because
it's a
we
big
know that
deal.
you're new. It's okay. It's okay. We'll help you out.
It is the 36th annual.
36.
Is what I was
36.
told.
Wow.
May 14th, Brevard Veterans Memorial Center. Time and prices will be announced shortly.
Awesome.
Great.
And in the past, we've had about 800 in attendance, live music, vendors, restaurants. And there's going to be, you mentioned judging.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm told is we've got best chowder,
Right.
best twist, best dessert,
And then
best,
people's.
best decorated table.
Okay.
We're going to do a 50-50 raffle and a silent auction.
And those, let me tell you, the silent auctions are always fantastic. I have bid several times. I don't think I've won the silent auction because there's so many people bidding, and I was busy working, taking out trash, as
That's true.
Bonnie so nicely said. But the silent auctions are fantastic items with lots of value. You get a lot of items that are submitted, whether it be surfboards, some Ron Johns, whether it be drinks from certain places, or hotel packages, stays. I mean, there's a lot of great things. The 50-50, you can win some cash, and you might just see a couple of our hoteliers getting down in the dance floor.
That is true. The other part of that is that we see a lot of people come into this event that we don't normally see at other events that we may have. It's a great weekend. People from Orlando tend to come over, spend the weekend here so that they can make a whole weekend out of it. So it's a great event. And I like the location now is going to be at the Veterans Center with the new park area that they've got there, which is a great destination. It's located right behind Merritt Square Mall, and it's right next door to the beautiful Veterans Center that they've got there, the Veterans Museum, which we have been there before and have done a podcast with. Great location. They're getting ready to build an amphitheater in there. That's going to be our future place to have some wonderful events, and it's centrally located. People are going to come there, so we look forward to that. The date again you said was May 14th. Did you say?
May 14th, and Michelle Goldcamp, who is the CVB manager, she told me that we need volunteers, and so if you're interested, we want you to reach out to her.
Oh, well, that'll be good. That's a good thing. Here we go.
It's time for Space Coast Trivia, where we get to test the knowledge of everyone on today's podcast about random facts that we should know, and where the only prize is bragging rights. Space Coast Trivia is brought to you by Longboard Tiki Beach Grill, located in beautiful Cocoa Beach, next to Cocoa Beach Hilton. Learn more at longboardstiki.com. Enjoy a casual, laid-back atmosphere under their covered tiki bar with direct ocean access on their pool deck. Enjoy refreshing frozen drinks, enticing lunch specials, and a diverse menu of appetizers and entrees. Open till midnight, weather permitting, and kids' menus are available. Don't forget to join them for seasonal live entertainment on the weekends. This Friday from 6 to 9, Rising Lion. Saturday, 6 to 9, John Weeks. And Sunday from 1 to 4, 506 Crew. All of this and more at Longboard's Tiki Beach Grill in beautiful Cocoa Beach, Florida. All right, Phil, what do you have for us today there, big guy?
So Bonnie mentioned this earlier off the air that, today's theme is Cocoa Beach.
Aha, see, I thought.
Wow, how novel.
See, I'm kind of getting into how you get in this groove, Phil. So
I try to have some themes here for every episode of Space Coast Trivia. So the teams we have, let me put the scoreboard on the screen there. We have Jimmy and Bonnie versus Wayne and John. So Jimmy, you actually have some help because Bonnie is a staple here. So
A plethora of information.
some help. So a couple of these questions
Pressure's on.
are true or false.
okay.
So
We have a 50% chance, Dad.
if you answer it and it's
Great math.
wrong, the point goes to the other team. You
Okay.
hear that, John?
Yeah, if we get it
Yeah.
wrong, the other team gets it.
Yeah. All right. So if it's a multiple choice, just each team will just answer. Okay. All right.
We just shout it out. Is that the
For
plan?
the true or false, yes.
Okay, all right,
Yes.
okay.
The true or false one, just shout it out. Okay.
Okay.
All right. First question. This is a true or false. All right.
True. No, you're asking, is this going to be true or false? We get a point, right? You know how it works?
All right. Here we go. I Dream of Jeannie was filmed in Cocoa Beach. True or false?
False.
Bonnie got that correct. All right.
You knew all
Where
about
was it filmed?
California.
California. But they
look
were
at you
here.
coming with
They
the
were
knowledge.
here. They were here like 3 times, but that was just minor stuff.
So wait. Let's back up a minute.
Okay.
What was the question?
Where was the show? Well, the show was filmed in Cocoa Beach.
And they did like second unit shooting in the area.
So it did. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
not going to stop the
Okay.
show, but
Yeah.
if there were judges
You want a
in this
half a
room,
point?
No, he does not get half a point because
I
they
would
did not film
challenge
here.
that answer.
And if you remember when they opened that front door to his house, what did he see? When you opened the front door and looked out at his front yard, what did you see? You saw mountains.
Right.
that was the
Yeah.
giveaway, huh?
Cocoa Beach does not
Yeah.
have mountains.
We don't have mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Or genies.
That's,
Well, I don't
all right,
know
let's
about
get
that.
specific here.
All right. Next question. This is a multiple choice question here. Cocoa Beach High School, right?
Right.
What is their mascot? Is it a bear? Is it a eagle? Or is it a Minuteman?
Minuteman.
Minuteman.
That's what you.
I
both
graduated
said?
Cocoa Beach High.
Oh, I'm not going to
I walked
challenge
over
that.
the
I'm not gonna
bridge.
challenge that. Okay.
I walked over the bridge.
Both people get a
Yep.
point there. All right. All right. This is a true or false question. Okay. Ron John's Surf Shop is the original Ron John's Surf
False.
Shop. Bonnie. Oh my. Y'all come on, guys.
She's quick. I was being
Listen,
polite and letting you
she's
finish
the former
sentence.
executive director of the Space Coast Office of Tourism. I mean, how are we going to beat that?
I saw John opening his mouth. He was like, and then he answered.
I
am
just couldn't let it
trying
go
to
any
let
longer.
People
Yeah.
finish speaking before I respond, and you know that's what I was doing here.
All right, so this one may stump you guys. So
Okay.
this is a multiple choice here, okay? This professional wrestler once managed a bar here in Cocoa Beach. The bar was called the Anchor Club. Is it Sergeant Slaughter? Is it Hulk Hogan? Or is it Macho Man
Hulk
Randy
Hogan.
Savage? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to answer too?
She's probably been there all the time drinking.
Because you guys have.
Well, if we can work
Yeah.
this out, he's from Tampa,
Yeah, he
Okay.
lives in Tampa.
but so you're saying that he managed the bar here.
in Cocoa Beach.
I would say it was Macho Man, but that's just me. I don't
Macho Man was in
Macho
Orlando.
Man.
Well, what? Okay, so they're a team, right?
They are a team.
know.
So what are you guys going
deferring
with?
to her.
So you're saying Hulk. Why don't we say Macho Man?
I say Macho Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Macho Man.
I tried to throw you off. It is Hulk Hogan. Bonnie, man, Bonnie.
That does it.
I'm shocked.
love
by
it.
that.
Ow.
I'm
I
fired.
like
up.
this game today.
Like, look at
I'm
now
having
you're happy.
fun.
It should
Yeah.
be Bonnie versus everybody else.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Is
Next.
this the last one? Is this the
Yeah,
final?
this is the last question. So,
What are you worried about? You're winning over
Yeah,
there.
it's 4-1. So
I
I'm going
know.
to say this question is worth 4 points.
No, it's not.
Good man,
no,
Phil.
it's not.
We'll
Go
pay
ahead.
you later.
Go ahead, dude. Let's hear the question.
All right. Okay. This is an animal question here. This is a multiple choice question here. All right. The largest population of this animal lives in Cocoa Beach. Is it the loggerhead sea turtle? Is it the Atlantic bottlenose dolphin? Or is it the bobcat?
I'm gonna go with the sea turtle.
The sea turtle.
No, it's not the sea turtle. I'm going to have to say that it has to be something besides the sea turtle. Sea turtle's in Melbourne. I don't know. I'll say bobcat because I know they've been seeing bobcats around here. But
Let's go with it.
It's the dolphin, isn't it? We locked in at turtle.
So, if you're watching on the screen there, I just put the points on the winner of the game, and the winner, Team John.
really?
It's the
Yeah, buddy.
loggerhead
Yeah, boy.
sea turtle. Oh,
Yeah,
Bonnie!
what's up?
Bonnie pulled the Golden State to lose 3-1. You had it, Bonnie. So close.
No, I won. We won.
No, we won.
No, you
won.
can't. You
change
can't
the
give.
score.
You can't give 4 points
We,
on the
wait,
final.
Every week. No, now we're gonna go back. Every week they do that, and we have lost graciously many times when you've
That's
done
right.
that.
Right,
We
okay.
We
win.
were very gracious in our losing. Today we're a winner.
You have that song "We Are the Champions" by Queen.
However, I am happy to say that that's great to know about our sea turtles because you know we are home. We loads of sea turtles here that come up, and I just know that they come a lot to Melbourne, and I just thought Melbourne had it. So
That's okay.
all right,
We're
well
very
I
impressed
will.
with your knowledge.
They,
Yes,
no,
yes.
they moved up here to Cocoa Beach.
They heard Jimmy was coming, and they said, "Oh, we got to get to Cocoa Beach."
So
Yeah.
you know, well, speaking of turtles, I mean, have you? I don't know if you've ever seen or been around our turtles as they come in and nest.
No, not
Your
at
kids
all.
are going to love it. It's a wonderful
Right.
experience. Takes about an hour and a half for the whole process. But it's a wonderful thing to watch and see. And during the time period that we have it, you're guaranteed pretty much always to walk out and see a loggerhead come up and do her thing.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that we have here on the Space Coast that we love.
Yes.
We've been like little kids. I was talking to my wife when she was still in Atlanta. I was a few weeks back before we moved down, and I'm driving over one of the bridges. I don't even know which one it was, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, there's a dolphin out there!" And she's like, "Oh my gosh, you're squealing like a little girl." And I'm like, well, "This is all new to me."
It's cool. But you know what? That's one of those things. Honestly, doesn't matter how long you've been here. It's always cool to see that. It's just like a rocket launch. When you see a dolphin, you're like, "Oh my gosh!" And some of them, like, it's like they're putting on a show for you.
Yeah.
Have you seen any alligators yet?
Sweetie, have you seen
yes.
Sweetie?
So when we were actually looking for houses, there was 2. And in fact, it made the decision. Now I know they're everywhere, but this one particular house we were looking at, we were really we were just over the fence, about to say yes to it. Well, come to find out, they didn't allow any fences there. Literally a fence for the yard for our dog. And there was this giant alligator that surfaced as I'm talking to my wife.
Yeah, and you said, nope, not going to work.
He pays rent.
He's the HOA member right there, the president.
Yeah.
That was one of the big questions that we always got from people, too, on the phone at the Office of Tourism was they want to see a gator. Where can I go to see gators?
And you say everywhere.
Yeah, well,
walk outside.
Yeah. But it's interesting what people are interested in, I mean, when they come and they want to see something different. I mean, you don't see gators probably in Michigan or Iowa, do you? I don't know.
When you're planning on coming here, or if you're here now and you're looking, you got to go on an airboat ride. Check them out on our website, shameless plug, spacecoastfunguide.com, where you can get coupons. There's airboat rides at Midway and Lone Cabins, both fantastic. You get to see alligators up front in their environment. It's awesome.
They tend to know where they are,
And
is
that Sweetie?
That is Sweetie right there. I'm showing Jimmy,
world
for
famous.
those of you listening, a picture of Sweetie when we were at the Key Lime Pie factory.
Yes.
And he has a friend that has an alligator who thinks he's a dog. He's had this alligator since it was this big, and he has raised it. And this alligator, while I'm sitting there, came up to me, and he started nudging my foot. He wanted me to pet him.
Oh my gosh!
And that's Bonnie's purse that you see in that picture. She wanted no part of that purse. While Sweetie was there.
This alligator went viral. At Florida Key Lime Pie Company, the guy that actually owns it had him over his shoulder like a pet. And the Florida Key Lime Pie Company is right outside Ron John Surf Shop, so there's a lot of people out there all the time. Someone took a photo or a video, rather, this guy carrying this alligator, and it went viral. It's been deputized by the sheriff.
Yeah.
He's been promoted. He is now an investigator.
Oh,
yes.
And you could
and he
meet
wears
Sweetie.
a shirt. Yep, he has his own shirt.
Florida Key Lime Pie Company. Check them out on the weekends, and Sweetie's there. You can actually see Sweetie.
Wow.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. We got a lot of characters here in this county, huh, Bonnie?
Right.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Let's talk about some other things. Your CVB, the chamber has many arms. Obviously business related as well, but you also have your own Convention and Visitors Bureau here, run by Michelle Goldcamp.
Right.
They're the ones that put on the chowder cook-off. And so we're looking forward to working with them because obviously you guys spread the word of tourism. So anything that you'd like to say about the CVB, maybe where they're going or?
Yeah, we're looking at a lot of different things right now. Michelle's she can, you take, when you interview.
We love Michelle, yes.
When you interview somebody, it's like, hey, let's take them out on 2 dates and let's get married. It's really hard. And so I even thought that, as I'm interviewing this staff and I'm trying to get to know them, you don't always know all the gifts and talents that people have. And Michelle does a really, really great job with that. I didn't realize before I came here that she can tell a story really well. And she's great with people, and she has this real presence. And so we've started talking about that, success can't be determined by how many people walk in the visitor center door, right? We can't, or, as we used to jokingly say, butts and seats at an event.
Mm-hmm.
We need to have, our reach needs to be greater than that, it needs to be even further, and we need to give people no excuse that they can't get to us some way, shape, or form.
Right.
So we've talked about some different things. We're going to really expand our digital footprint to try and really have regional influence.
Needed.
We don't want to just... We don't want to have just influence here. We need to have regional influence in all areas of what we do. But we're looking at some neat things with some different partnerships with other tourism entities, not only here locally but in the state. Other partnerships with on the public side with someone like the city of Cocoa Beach, for example. We're even looking at a new space that we may be moving into in the next couple of months, and so. we're looking at things like QR codes and how can we use those? How can we place those in strategic areas so that any random person who might be here for the first time, they may not know where our visitor center is. And I'll tell you, at my age and, sort of my mindset on it, I may never go into a visitor center. We're still going to have that because that does serve a purpose. But how would I attract somebody like me? How would I attract that next generation? And so we're looking at some different things. So I'm really excited about that plan that we'll put in place. I think she's got a good grasp on sort of pulling the right data so we can make that plan. And so it's been pretty incredible to look through.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good. The other aspect also that you guys are involved in and very close to our hearts as well is the military. I know you guys are very involved with military affairs and have your own arm for military affairs. So maybe you can dwell on that a little bit?
Yeah, so I grew up in a military family. My mom's actually was born in Germany. My grandfather's Estonian, but he's retired military. He was in the Army for 22 years and 8 days. He reminds me all the time. And my dad works for the VA, obviously. And, so that was one of those attractive things to me that I would, having all 6 branches of the military here and us having a military affairs. I think what the role that we can play in the future is really being that organization that creates the table that people can have a seat at. And I think there's a lot of opportunity for us to play that role on the private side of things to get initiatives and not only to grant access, but to be an advocate for not only just the businesses in our community, but those military men and women who need certain things that just aren't 100% sure of where to go or who to go to. We can be that outlet. My goal for this organization is that when somebody in the community says, we should be doing this, we're not sure how to do that, this is scary, but who could lead this, that they think of the chamber. They think of us.
Right.
They want to come to us to help maybe facilitate that and create that table so that we can have those strategic
You're the
planning
beacon
discussions. I
right?
hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Nice. Any other words of wisdom you'd like to give to us before we end our wonderful conversation with you? Anything going on that I know you're busy today. Today's a busy day. Today's a film day because you have an annual meeting, I call a banquet, reception, a gala, the end of January and you're
28th.
doing a film, I guess, to put together to showcase something.
TikTok dances.
Yeah, we're doing.
It's going to be.
We
Work.
coming into a new organization, what we can do in the immediate is just little tweaks, and so we've decided to bring that event to the next level. It's sort of it is our ceremonial passing of the gavel from one chairman to the next, and it really kicks off our year, and we can talk about our vision for that future for that year, and. So we've got some filming to do, but what I would say to folks is be patient with us. We've got a lot of work to do. We want your feedback, so my door is always open. I want to hear from all of you. I don't want to paint seagulls in your picture if you don't see those in your picture. So we are looking for the data. We want to hear from all of you, but be patient with us because it's going to take some time. It's going to take.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, this is a multi-year process. My kids will. A few people have asked, well, "What's your plan?" And I said, "Well." My kids won't graduate for 7 years, so I'm here for 7 years.
There you
There you go.
At least.
You know you got
There
that
you
on
go.
lock.
At least. If you'll have me.
Absolutely. And if you want more information, you can go CocoBeachChamber.com.
CocoBeachChamber.com.
Well, that sounds good.
And now your favorite part of our podcast, Space Coast Fun Guide's Deal of the Week, where we always give you the most fun coupons in the Space Coast. Space Coast Fun Guide's Deal of the Week is brought to you by Space Coast Fun Guide and SpaceCoastFunGuide.com, where you will learn what there is to see and do and where to do it. This week's Deal of the Week is Cocoa Beach Helicopters. Enjoy a sightseeing tour out of Port Canaveral today, starting at just $19.99 per person.
It's a great ride.
It is.
Great ride.
It's a fun ride. You can see Kennedy Space Center, Port Canaveral on the beaches, and if you're a real thrill seeker, try their Doors Off experience, which, let me tell you.
What?
I know, exactly. That's what I knew Phil was going to say something. Doors Off experience. Try it today. Check them out at CocoBeachHelicopters.com. Today's coupon saves you $5 off your next helicopter ride with Cocoa Beach Helicopters. Before you get here, log on to SpaceCoastFunGuide.com, print your $5 off coupon right off our website, or once you arrive to the Space Coast, pick up Space Coast Fun Fun Guide at almost every major accommodation or attraction. Redeem your $5 off coupon using our printed visitor guide. And remember, when you're looking for fun in the Space Coast, make sure to refer to Space Coast Fun Guide for what to do and where to do it.
And I did not know that you were going to mention the, the helicopter ride, because I was getting my nails done the other day, and there was a lady there who is a visitor who is in an RV. She's traveling all over the United States. Well, she travels from Illinois down here and then goes all around Florida so she can escape the weather. But it was interesting talking to her because she's staying at the Jetty Park, and so she's getting to watch the cruise ships go out. So she's mentioning all this, and so I'm just listening. We're talking back and forth, and then she mentioned that she had these coupons from the Space Coast Fun Guide that she got, and she was mentioning it. So I was just saying that. Then I told her like who I was and what I was doing. We had a very interesting conversation, and she was going on the helicopter ride.
Yep.
And I just want to say, and I don't know, Jimmy, if you've done it yet, but you have to have this opportunity.
Check it out.
But when you ride over the Kennedy Space Center, he actually can go over the shuttle runway. Now he doesn't land, but he zips right down the shuttle runway so that you feel it. It's a wonderful, wonderful experience. And for the price and for what you got, it's a beautiful tour. So you got to do that.
He has special access to do all that stuff. So you definitely got to check. I've done the ride several times.
Yeah.
Very fun. It's like you're on glass. It just glides in the air.
And
It's
you don't
fun.
even know that you don't even know you're in a helicopter, so to speak. You know what I mean? I thought it was going to be loud and whatever. Yeah, it was
No, it's
great.
awesome.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Great way to go. So the Space Coast not only doubles as a launch pad, as we all know, but they have a lot of special events going on all the time. And you can go to visitspacecoast.com and see the full list of events that are happening here, so that when you're scheduling a time to come here to the Space Coast, you might want to plan it around a time that we have an activity going on that you might want to participate in. So this weekend, the Renaissance Fair continues. We were there last weekend. They had an opening crowd that was amazing. They all had a great time. I'm going this weekend. They have a whole new theme. I think this weekend is the Viking theme. That is going on every weekend through February 9th at Wickham Park. And the Horror and Paranormal Convention and Trade Show is coming up on January 22nd and 23rd. That's happening at the Space Coast Convention Center.
Bonnie loves that stuff.
I do. I love that. I'm going. It's going to be very cool.
Ghosts
and then
and stuff.
it's going to be very cool. And next week we're going to discuss with another chamber executive, one of your good friends, soon to be one of your very good friends, Nancy Peltonen. I don't know if you've met her yet.
Yes, I have.
President and CEO of the Palm Bay Chamber of Commerce, and they're putting on the Multicultural Festival that'll be held in January 29th. So we'll be hearing about that as well. As I said, lots of activities going on the Space Coast. Jimmy, we want to thank you so much for joining our team and for
you.
being part of tourism.
awesome.
We
Yeah,
look
we had a
forward
blast.
to many opportunities with you. We're going to see you at a lot of banquets. We're going to see you at a lot of receptions.
We'll be
and a
visiting
lot
with
of,
you next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So we look forward to that, and we look forward to next week. Yep.
Okay, that's a wrap.
Great job.